Hi, everyone. This is Roy LeFew here with Grace Computer Resources. Welcome to another edition of Tech Tuesday. We've been focusing on cybersecurity in recent weeks, and it's very serious, and the threats that are out there, and the evil actors that want to get your data. And I just wanted to take a little break from that. This is Thanksgiving week, so a couple of days from now we'll be celebrating Thanksgiving, and I just want to have this as a Thanksgiving Tech Tuesday. I want to kind of talk about the advances in technology and how that's really helped our lives, and I'm thankful for that. Being in the technology field, I kind of encounter this every day. You do too. So let's look back. 1972, we had Apollo 11 that landed on the moon. And Apollo 11 had the Apollo guidance computer that helped navigate the Apollo all the way to the moon and land there. And that computer was made up of 4K of RAM, which is random access memory. That's memory that's used temporarily. Back then, you had RAM and ROM. RAM was volatile, so if you lost power, you lost whatever's in RAM, and ROM was permanent. It's programmed into it. A lot of times we think about that as firmware on a machine, that kind of thing. It's been quite a blurring of lines technologically with RAM and ROM now. We kind of think of memory just as being RAM, even though it's become non-volatile today. We have the technology that even if your computer loses power, your hard disk, which is probably a solid state drive made up of memory chips, doesn't lose the memory when it loses power. So that technology has just been great. It's really improved our lives. But again, back to our comparison, we had 4K of RAM. That's 4,000 characters. The letters in your alphabet are characters. So you could have 4,000 of those characters stored in memory at any given time. They had 72K of the what would be called the firmware, or the programmed data that's permanent on the computer. That was what was programmed by the engineers to actually run the computer. This computer ran at a speed of 0.043 megahertz. We measure the speed of the computer in hertz. So this would be a megahertz, a million hertz, 0.043 megahertz. Now, if we look at just the computers that we all carry in our pockets today, by way of comparison, my phone has 4 gigabytes of system memory, and that's over a million times what the Apollo 11 had. And I've got 512 gigabytes of storage. Again, it's not volatile nowadays, which is really cool, but 512 gigabytes is more than 7 million times what the Apollo 11 has. This phone, which is actually a pretty old phone, runs at 2.35 gigahertz, not megahertz, gigahertz, which you can do the math, and that's almost 60,000 times faster than the Apollo 11 computer. So quite an accomplishment technology wise. There is one thing that hasn't improved technologically speaking from 1972 to today, and that's my challenge question for you. Do you know what that is? Put it down in the comments below, and I'll let you know if you're right or you're wrong about what hasn't improved technologically in these years between Apollo 11 and today. But the technology just really has been great. As we moved to having a computer in our pockets, we were able to do things more efficiently. We're able to be more productive, more in contact with people. Social media has been a fantastic way to improve our lives as far as being connected with people we haven't seen in years. I look at the folks I went to high school with, and I'm able to be connected with them, even though we might not see each other since high school. We were able to maintain a relationship at a distance with social media, which is a great thing. Don't let that, however, take the place of having a real intimate relationship. That can be a challenge. So as we're thinking about Thanksgiving, I want to encourage you to be thankful for technology and certainly use it. Stay in contact with those folks on your social media, but go another step this week and take the 2 or 3 people that you're closest with, or maybe that you haven't spoken to in a while, and use the technology to physically reach out. And back in when I'm growing up, AT&T used to have a slogan: "Reach out and touch somebody." So reach out and touch somebody, and make physical contact with them if you can, if it's safe. If not, let's pick up the phone and do a video call or just a phone call, and let's connect with them directly and share what you're most thankful about with that relationship. So that's it for today's Tech Tuesday. We'll see you next week, and happy Thanksgiving.